10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? And it's time now for the Peter Channel 10 o'clock news on this late Monday night, October 5th, 2020. The time is 10 o'clock. Mountain temperature is 51 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel 10 o'clock news on this late Monday night is Washington Post. Jennifer Rubin calls the defendant walked the weed after Trump announced his White House return. Infected Trump reshoots entrance to the White House with camera crew. White House rebuffs CDC effort to lead contract tracing and investigation of Trump outbreak. Plexiglass to separate Harrison, Pence Vice President 8. Martin Jenkins will become the first openly gay man on California Supreme Court. White House blocks new coronavirus vaccine guidelines. Supreme Court restores witness signature rule for FC ballots in South Carolina. White House position Sean Conley draws scrutiny for rosy assessment of Trump's health. Concern rising for White House president's staffers as their workplace emerges as a virus hotspot. New York governor says decision still coming on New York City's mayor plans to close businesses in hotspots. Armenia Azerbaijan clash takes a toll on civilians. Pope Francis echoes Warren Buffett in a letter blaming free markets for resident inequality. Boris Johnson will pledge £160 million for offshore wind power. White House blocks new coronavirus vaccine guidelines. Civil assault flips Wall Street as severity of Trump's illness unclear. Dow Jones Futures stock market rally rebounds as President Trump leaves hospital. Apple jumps and NVIDIA leads ship stocks and buy zones. Southwest CEO says it could avoid layoffs for 2021 with employee pay cuts. John McAfee arrested after DOJ indicts crypto millionaire for tax evasion. SpaceX L3 Harris wins Space Development Agency contracts to build missile warning satellites. Planet Mars makes a close passer by the Earth. Cygnus freighter delivers space children to astronauts on space station. These 24 planets may be more habitable than Earth, astronomers said. CDC updates guidelines. Non-coronavirus spreads via airborne transmission. Most hospitalized COVID patients have neurological symptoms, study says. Long COVID is why are some people not recovering? Peter Chill News Time, 10:02. Hurricane Delta formed in the southern Caribbean Sea early Monday and is expected to make landfall on the U.S. Gulf Coast later this week, the third to hit the region so far this season. Russia-U.S. meet for arms treaty discussions set up new start expiration. Hospital will reinforce Israel's fall to military edge. Walmart recalls packaged food in the United States for possible listeria contamination. California's August complex fire surpasses 1 million acres burned. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany said Monday she tested positive for COVID-19 as the latest member of the President Donald Trump's administration with coronavirus. Republican Senator Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania will not run for re-election in 2022, the senator announced on Monday. Driver in Foxborough crash faces motor vehicle and shoplifting charges. Attleboro area gets grants to address food security insecurity as 3 area entities are receiving about $500,000 in state grants to address residents' food insecurity as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. North Attleboro group planning fall cleanup. Police release surveillance app photos in Attleboro robbery attempt. Most of Massachusetts moves in the second step of phase 3 as Monday marked the day that all but 29 high-risk communities Massachusetts allowed for events. The next step of Governor Charlie Baker's economic reopening plan at a level which included indoor performance venues. Each Bridgewater boy 10 flood the hospital to find out on David Lane, which is off Washington Street on Monday afternoon. Council's approved $3.6 million public safety radio system in Quincy as residents would invite and participate in a meeting about non-smoke. And now, sports time at 10:04. The New England Patriots made 4 mistakes that costed them as they faltered the Kansas City Chiefs 26-10 and to 2011 in the second quarter. The Green Bay Packers leading the Atlanta Falcons 13-3. And the Major League Baseball scores: American League Division Series of Game 1. Houston Astros defeat the Oakland Athletics 10-5, and the New York Yankees over the Tampa Bay Rays 4-3 in the top of the sixth. Jared Stidham replaced Brian Hoyer. Bill O'Brien, the GM, got Bill O'Brien, the coach, fired. Peter, chilling time is 10:05. Time now to take a look at the traffic and trends to check on this late Monday night. MBTA subway system looking good. Commuter rail. Fitchburg line train 4:30, 9:30 p.m. from Wachusett, stopping 5-10 minutes passing between North Williamston and North Station, and Providence train 8:36, 8:58 p.m. from Wickford Junction, operating 15-20 minutes passing between Providence and South Station due to mechanical issue, and the ferries ain't looking good. Okay, let's take a look at the highways and byways in New England on this late Monday night. '91 southbound side, Little Sword line, downtown Hartford area. '84 westbound side, Little Sword, Hartford area. Merritt Parkway westbound side, so Fairfield, Connecticut area, and 95 at the northbound side, so Fairfield, Connecticut. 24 southbound side, so up to 129 in Canton, South Total Mass, and Western Mass highways are looking good. Up in Northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and highways are looking good. Peter, chilling time is 10:06. It's time now for a weather report. The latest on Hurricane Delta. Now, a Category 1 storm with 98 millibars at 75 miles an hour, located 16.5 to the north, 79.6 to the west, and movement west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. Dangerous storm surge and hurricane conditions are expected within portions of the northern Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico and are possible in extreme western Cuba beginning Tuesday night, and the hurricane warning is in effect. Heavy rainfall will affect portions of Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and western Cuba and the northern Yucatan Peninsula during the next few days, and this rainfall could lead to significant flash flooding and mudslides. And Charleston conditions are expected in portions of the Cayman Islands beginning tonight or early Tuesday, and a Charleston warning is in effect. And Delta is expected to forecast to push the Northern Gulf Coast late this week as a hurricane. While there is large uncertainty in the intensity forecast, there is an increase in the risk of dangerous storm surge, wind, and windfall hazards along this coast from Louisiana to the western Florida Panhandle beginning Thursday night or Friday. As residents in these areas should be ensured that they have their hurricane plan in place to monitor the updates to the forecast and Delta. Forecast goes like this. It'll be mostly cloudy with a low about 46 degrees for tonight. Lights up wind for Tuesday. Puts about 67, low 53 degrees. Cloudy coming. South for 5 to 9 miles in the afternoon for Wednesday. Check the shot May after 3 p.m. Most of the got about 32, low 49 degrees. Southwest at about 6 to 13 miles an hour size. 20 to 25 miles an hour. Transpiration 30% for Thursday. Sun cloud at 62, low 35 degrees. Northwest at about 6 to 13 miles an hour size. 23 miles an hour for Friday. Sun cloud at 61, low 44 degrees. West wind about 5 to 7 miles an hour for Saturday. Most of the sun about 71, low 55 degrees. Southwest at about 6 to 14 miles an hour size. 24 miles an hour for Sunday. Most of the sun about 69, low 44 degrees. And north wind about 8 miles an hour. And for Columbus Day, sun about 60 degrees. North wind about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Right now, Norton it's 51 degrees and overcast skies. That's me for the Peter Channel 10 o'clock news on this late Monday night, 5th of October 2020. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. Hope you have a good night. Ready to goodbye day 2. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. I will see you tomorrow morning with more important. I hope you all have a good night.